Welcome to the Virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for the Suzette Veneti Show. Please welcome to your screen your host, Suzette Veneti.
Hi everybody, it's the Suzette Veneti Show. It's 5:03 on a Sunday, so that means you're in the right place. It is Sunday, March 14th. Oh, it's Pi Day. Happy Pi Day, everyone. If you're like, wait, what? Pi 3? It's 314, and the first 2/100ths of a decimal for pi is 3.14. I don't know the rest of it because I don't math like that. But it's Pi Day, so look it up. Welcome to the Suzette Veneti Show, the only show hosted by a drag princess who tells you when it's Pi Day. Okay, cool. We're gonna go on with the show. This is actually, I just want to start this. This is kind of important, not a joke. If you're local in Sacramento, the LGBTQ Center is doing take-home HIV tests. So in addition to doing COVID testing on Mondays and Tuesdays from 5 to 8 p.m., you can also just grab an HIV test. Know your status. It's super easy. Pick up a test, take it home, send it back in, get your status. You know, do it when you're getting your COVID test. I get tested once a week for COVID just because I want to make sure I am being responsible. So 17 weeks in a row negative. So on COVID. Then that's all I've tested for so far. Let's see. Okay. Hennepin County judge has granted prosecutors' request to add a third-degree murder charge against former Minneapolis policeman and Derek Chauvin. So that's just also news. The royal family. Wow, that's a lot going on there. Don't have a joke. Joe Biden directs states to make all adults eligible for vaccine by May 1st. Luckily for the anti-maskers, you need not have acted like an adult during the pandemic. You just have to be of legal age. Okay, Myers Leonard used an anti-Semitic slur while playing Call of Duty. The Miami Heat injured backup center, has apologized and said he didn't know what it meant when he said it. Miami Heat owner Mickey Arison, who is Israeli, stated, "I've heard of Call of Duty, but I didn't know that Nazis were playable characters. And also, why is my backup center playing any sort of shooting game? He's a 48% career shooter." Matt Rowan, a sports announcer in Oklahoma, called a high school girls basketball team a racial slur for kneeling during the national anthem. Rowan says he isn't racist. He only said racist things because he's diabetic and his sugar spiked. Snickers, you're not you when you're hungry. Mid-March brings the season of spring break. Obviously, as we're still in the midst of a pandemic, virologists and health experts know that the pandemic won't deter spring breakers and warn that this super-duper spreader event, spring break, it's only going to get more crazy. Chad, 22, a spring breaker from Tuscaloosa, agrees. Yeah, dudes, spring break is going to be crazy. And I didn't have time to write a joke about this, but a man in Texas went to a car dealership to test drive a car, a BMW. Then he drove to a bank. Then he robbed the bank so he would have the money to pay for the car at the car dealership when he came back on his test drive. That is next level ingenuity, but also illegal. So don't do that. But it makes a great headline. Also, not a joke, but Yo-Yo Ma transformed his 15-minute waiting period post-COVID shot into a concert for the newly inoculated. And with that, we're going to get to my contributor, one of my favorite people. He is boiling a hot pot of tea. So please follow him, 1. 2, his information is below, so if you want to send him some coin, go for it. And 3, join me in welcoming to the show my friend, Clifton Ellison.
Suzette, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Clifton. How are you?
Good, good. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good, perfect. Girl,
Yes.
what a week.
A week.
What a week, honey. Them royals. You know, Lord said we will never be royals. And honestly, I don't want any part of it. My black ass does not want to be involved in any of that shit because it is just too much. Of course, we saw the interview last week with Oprah and Meghan Markle and everything like that, though. But just the thing that has really been sticking out with me lately is just the overall everyone all I would say especially fuck it, I'm gonna get straight to the point. The white gays caping for the queen. Why y'all caping for a queen that don't even run your own damn country? One, two, your racism is showing. I have seen maybe about 7 or 8 different people within the last week complain about the things that she said, and they're more mad that she's saying it than mad that it happened to her.
Oh, Meghan Markle?
Yeah. Let that sink in for a minute. They're more mad that she said it than mad that it's happened to her.
That's victim blaming. Is what that is.
And so I was just like, okay, here we go. I see you. Not you, Suzette, but I see them. Right. But in good news, the Grammys are on right now as we speak. And the gays are rejoicing because Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande won a Grammy for Rain on Me.
As they should.
Yes. And then also we have a nice, young, fresh talent of Miss Blue Ivy Carter. She won a Grammy for Brown Skin Girls because she's featured on the song with Beyonce. And then there's also been a little bit of controversy with the Grammys. You heard about The Weeknd is boycotting the Grammys because he got snubbed. And
I did.
I mean, I get it. But as a Britney Spears fan, she's been snubbed many times. But, award shows are kind of, I don't know, especially those like old award shows like the Grammys or the Oscars or the Golden Globes. It's very like, okay, how much tap dancing and ass kissing can we do for y'all to recognize our work?
For me, it's just about show the rubric. Like, I want to see the scores. I don't like the secrecy.
Yeah, I want to see the scores because a lot of it is really politics and how much ass kicking and how much are you paying these people to say things and things of that nature. And then if you don't play the game, then you get kind of shafted out. And I mean, The Weeknd had a really good album and I was shocked. I was like, none, zero. I can't go anywhere without hearing Blinding Lights. I hear that shit in the grocery store. I hear it everywhere. And the song's been out for almost 2 years and I still hear it everywhere. And nothing like that kind of has me looking at him a little suspect right there. I'm not watching the show. I'll watch the highlights and see if anybody does something stupid, but I doubt that's going to happen because they're all doing it from home. So it's going to be very, I don't know. I just miss the days of the MTV VMAs from like 1995 to like 2003 when it would just be some shit happening every year. And it was like the thing to talk about the next day. Now everything's just so, I guess I'm showing my age. I woke up on the wrong side of bed today, Suzette, so I do apologize if I'm coming off a little.
That's okay. I actually have a thank you to give you.
For me?
Yes.
What did I do?
So at brunch today, I finally did my nanny Cardi B number. And you gave me the delightful suggestion of having one laugh turn into another laugh.
One laugh turn into another laugh.
The nanny laugh turned into the Cardi B laugh.
Oh, okay. How did they like? How the girls like it?
Oh, everybody liked it a lot.
Good.
I'll have to send you the video.
I can't wait to see. I was trying to get up into the gig for the brunch today, though. But the girls, they love their brunch and they sold out. Y'all been selling out a lot lately, and that's good.
Well, yeah. I mean, let me know. Look, this is not to everybody, but you do this show with me, so you got to let me know when you want in.
Okay, but I don't want to step in front of others though. But I will flex my "Do you know who I am" card next time. So.
Yeah, I mean, and you know the real person to flex it to. It might not be me, but
no, it's not you. I know.
Is it? Maybe, I don't know.
Balance,
I like when people don't know. I like when people don't know who to say it to.
No, did you catch my little hint just there? I said, Balance, how the fuck are you doing?
No, I did. Did
so,
you have reservations?
In other news, I know you probably heard about Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod.
I did, and they're off again, on again, still.
Girl, I saw it, and a part of me was like, do I really want to talk about that today? Or is it kind of just like that couple that you see on Facebook that splits up, and then all of a sudden they're posting inspirational quotes of, he goes, though he shouldn't, or she's the hunter, she was hunted, now she's the hunter. Some stupid shit like that. And then 2 weeks later, they're holding hands on another picture on Facebook. And you're just like, girl, live your life. I honestly don't care. She makes more money than I ever will in my life. She looks fabulous, and he's rich, and it's not my issues. But, the girls have been eating it up alive and calling her Thanos because she's been collecting engagement rings. And I'm just like, poor baby can get all the rings, though, but she still can't get the infinity voice.
But she can dance.
That was real shady of me. Let's get loud, girl.
Let's get loud. She can dance, and she sold some records.
No, thanks to Ashanti and Christina Milian and the other studio singers, though, but we're not going to go there.
Well, just don't have this conversation with Mariah.
How can you have it? She doesn't know her.
Oh, no, she knows her. That's the problem. She knows her, and she's not pleased.
What else was I going to talk about? There was, honestly, the pop culture news really has just been, did you hear about Kurt Franklin cussing his son out?
I did not.
So I guess Kurt Franklin, you know who Kurt Franklin is, right?
I do. Stomp.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, Suzette, I see you.
I know things.
So I guess he has like a 34-year-old son. They're estranged, and he recorded some phone conversations and voicemails. And I know I'm going to hell for laughing at this, because I know this is family drama, but it's just so funny hearing someone so saved and sanctified saying, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. I'm going to stomp you out. I'm going to da-da-da-da-da. And it was just like, I heard the voicemail, and I was just like, oh. But then I heard what the son said too, and I was like, you're not too old to get popped by your dad now. You said some disrespectful shit, and Kirk wasn't having it though. But it was just the funniest thing ever. And Kirk Franklin kind of resembles the rapper Plies. And so there's like this meme, and I posted it on Facebook. It said, when your son gets out of line, and it was Kirk Franklin, he just morphed into the rapper Plies. And I was like, oh my God. And then I thought to myself, I said, you've never seen Kirk Franklin and Plies in the same room.
Like me and Shakira.
Yeah, never seen you and Shakira in the same room either. Where's your accent, girl?
Oh, it's where Wanda's is.
Or was it Agatha all along?
It was. It always is.
Agatha was mad that you did the Super Bowl last year, and she decided to put a hex on the world and give us a pandemic.
Could be.
Could be. Next week on WandaVision.
So good. So that's why I wore this today, because I don't know if you can see it, but she's right here.
I see it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you. They're all.
What does the front say?
The front says Marvel. Oh, it's backwards.
Okay, I was looking. I was like, I thought it said Marvel, but then I can only see like from here up on you.
And like, here's all. I don't know if you can see that. There's Spider-Man, Black Panther, Black Widow, Thor, Iron Man. They're all here.
Oh, I'm gonna have to steal that sweater from you, Suzette. That is a beautiful sweater.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to rep today.
Uh,
Is that all?
yeah, that's really it. I'm gonna just get up and make some dinner and play some video games, and yeah, that's really it. I feel like I am missing something, and it's gonna come to me the second I log off. But you know what? Whatever. It must have not been that important.
Write it down, and we'll circle back next week.
We will. All right. Well, thank you so much for having me, Suzette.
Thank you so much for being here. And
Right.
if I don't send you a video in 2 hours, you should nag
I'll
me.
message you.
Yes, please, because I want you to see it.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Love you.
Love you too.
All right, Bees and Booze, that was Clifton Ellison. His information was below him. You can send him some coin. You can give him a follow. And above my pretty little head is the information for Stab Comedy Theater. Right now, it's actually, what's the actual title? The Quarantine Anniversary?
Yeah.
The quarantine, would you...
Oh, it's the Stab in Place Quarantine Anniversary Stabtacular. Celebrating the fact that as of this very day, March 14th, this was our last live shows on this stage last year, March 14th. So, an entire year closed to the public. So we thought, rather than mourning it, we'll celebrate what we've done over the last year.
I think that's great. And you guys do have a ton of programming. 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Multiple shows a day.
Yeah.
Tonight there's actually...
There's 2 more stand-up shows following this.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Body Posy Comedy at 7:30 and live comedy from the Apocalypse at 9.
Right on. And one of the bar employees that works brunch was talking to me today, and he said, hey, you know what I watched last night? And I was thinking, like, my reruns? No, he just watched, at 9 o'clock, you had Heather's show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he was watching that. He was like, Stab was just streaming live. And I was like, they usually are at night. So if you're out there watching this show and you enjoy this show, then, or if you don't, you should still give Stab a watch. Twitch.tv/Stab Comedy. But you're watching it right now, so you're probably there. Unless you're on YouTube, just watch it wherever you're watching it, because there's always content. And we're still bringing you content in a pandemic, because that's what art is. So information is above my head. You know where to watch Stab. Stab Quarantine Anniversary Stabtacular.
Yeah, essentially.
I was close.
It's too wordy.
Well,
but I do that. So
I've had a long day. I'll work on it before the end of the show.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so with that, we're going to get to my interview guest. No Chelsea tonight, but she'll be back next week, hopefully, and we'll get to hear what's going on with her. My interview guest tonight has a list of accomplishments that would make anyone blush and is only 13. An LGBTQ advocate, outspoken gay youth editorial and runway model, public speaker, performer, designer, actor, and published author. Also the founder of their own youth drag house, the House of Amazing. A published author and has walked the runways at New York Fashion Week. Please join me in welcoming to the show, Desmond Is Amazing.
Hey, what's up?
Hi,
How
Desmond.
are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
No problem.
I really appreciate it because you're on East Coast time. So hopefully we won't keep you too long.
No, it's okay. I have all night.
Oh, okay, right on. So what have you been up to during the pandemic?
Let's see. Video games. That's all that, and pretty much just video games and school.
What
'Cause,
video?
What else is there to do?
What video games?
I play Roblox.
Say it again.
It's like a online gaming platform.
Oh, okay. I'm showing my age because I'm like, I don't know that one. So video games and school. What's it like going to school in a pandemic?
Well, I do enjoy real life school better because virtual school, it just feels like I'm not getting, I mean, I can't name one thing that I learned in virtual learning. So I much rather prefer real life school, which is happening right now, thank God. I'm going back to school in real life, so finally I can get my grades up, so my grades can stop, going down. Like, I don't want to fail 8th grade.
Yeah, so 8th grade. So
Yeah.
you have high school next year, right?
Yes. And I am looking forward to it.
Right
I
on.
look forward to making new friends.
I'm glad.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I'm glad that the pandemic's. I mean, I'm not glad it's happening now, but I'm glad that it's not interrupting your high school, because that's a whole new experience, and
I'm very excited for it.
and you'll get to go to all of that in person. So that's
Yeah.
exciting. So you said video games and school. Have you done any online shows?
Yeah, I did a few at the beginning of the pandemic, but ever since then, I've mostly been doing, maybe in the summer, I was doing like at-home performances, and then school started, and then I didn't do much, so not really, which is annoying because I really love doing performances because, I mean, who doesn't?
Right. So do you enjoy the video performances as much as live performances?
No, I love live performances so much more, but I mean, what can I do? We're in a pandemic, so.
Oh, absolutely. So you do what you can, and if that means a video
Gotta
performance.
work with your environment.
Yep. You know what? Thank you for saying that, because
Yes.
there are so many. I've interviewed so many performers, and most of them understand that. But I think there are performers out there that don't understand that right now, there is an environment, and we have to work within it.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
And I see all these people.
Oh no, go ahead, please.
I see all these people, complaining about wearing a mask, and all these people just whining about the pandemic. And then it's like, you whine about the pandemic and you want it to be over, yet you don't wear your mask. I think it's just hypocrisy. And this pandemic could have been much less worse if people actually just did what they're supposed to do and wore a mask. Because masks save lives. It's scientifically proven.
Absolutely. And it's funny that the people that complain the loudest are the people like wanting to go back to normal are the
Yeah,
ones
it's
that
like
aren't wearing
you're
a mask.
complaining, yet you're not doing what's going to make it end. Like, you play a role in it too. Thank you very much.
Right. We all do have a role, and we all have a part, and we can join together to end it faster if we all do the responsible things.
Which, will never happen because, God forbid I wear a mask. The world's going to end. God forbid I have to cover my mouth and nose. The world's going to end. And what's also really making me upset at this current moment is the lift on masks in certain states. I can't remember, but I know Texas was one of them.
Texas.
And you noticed today that it went into effect. Coronavirus cases spiked up really high in all those states.
Yeah.
So it just shows that masks work.
Masks work, and it's a real.
The pandemic is not over yet.
Right.
It's sort of coming to an end. It's the beginning of the end, I think. Sort of, I hope. But that doesn't mean you can stop wearing your mask.
Well,
you have to wear your mask the whole way.
It's a little bit like going for a run, right? And
Yeah.
if you want to run 2 miles, you have to run the whole 2 miles.
Yeah, you
You
can't
have-
take like shortcuts.
Right. You have
Like
to
you
do
can't
it.
take like a subway or a bus.
Right. Well, we don't have subways out here at Sacramento, but absolutely you have them in New York. And you can't you have to you have to stay till the end of the line, using a subway
Yeah.
term. You can't if you're riding to the end, you can't get off 2 stops early, because then you're not going to make it to your destination.
Yeah, it's just like, it's the hypocrisy of these people. Like, and it's mostly all these like middle-aged white women who with Karen hairdos who are all complaining to the manager about having to wear a mask. And what really makes me really upset is that mask became political. It's a mask.
Yeah.
It's a mask. It's nothing to get political about. Everything has to be about politics now, even the littlest things. And sure, I am I like politics, but masks becoming basically showing what party you support is ridiculous.
The politicization, I think that's the word.
Big word.
Right. The fact that they've become politicized, and there we go, is very strange. I agree.
It's a shame.
It is a shame because it's public health, and you would hope that we could all just agree on at least that. But hopefully people will stay on till the end of the line.
Hopefully.
And I think that's what I would like to see. If you don't mind me asking, you also published a book during the pandemic.
Yes, I did. I have it right here. It's Be Amazing, A History of Pride by me, Desmond Is Amazing. And let's do a basic rundown of what it's about. So, and the story behind it, of course.
Yes,
so,
please.
There's all these books about, boys in dresses. Oh, a boy wore a dress. Oh, a girl wore a suit. Oh, fabulous. But then there's no kids book about, how that boy or girl was able to wear the piece of fabric they wanted to. Because, clothes don't have a gender. And if you think clothes have a gender, then I'm sorry, but you should go jump into a volcano because it's a piece of fabric.
It is a piece of fabric. So we'll circle back to clothes and gender.
Yeah.
About your book. So what's the message of your book?
Well, I went a little off topic. So there's none about the history of the LGBTQ community for kids. So I thought kids need to learn this. Kids need to know what it was like in the past for people like me and you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wrote the book. And I also wrote about how I discovered my true self. And I received so many videos and photos of kids holding their books or reading it. And it's just honestly so sweet. Oh my God, I'm sorry. My birds are being crazy. It's honestly just so sweet. And it makes me feel good that these kids are learning history, especially important history.
Very important history. What is it like seeing a book that you wrote and seeing it in person?
It is words cannot describe how weird it feels, how awesome it feels, and how awkward it feels. It's like, wow, my book's there. And it's also like, I'm looking at my name. The whole world can see my name right now. And it's just a mix between like awkward and awesome.
Well, congratulations on being a published author. That's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
What was the process like writing the book?
Well, let's just say it was ridiculous.
Okay.
It took 2 years.
2 years.
And most of that was just waiting.
Okay.
Which, waiting and waiting and waiting. But thankfully we got it out. And I wrote it in like 2018. And, it didn't come out till 2020, which, that's kind of sad, in my opinion. Because it was a major publishing company that wanted to make these books, so they obviously had a lot of other people to take care of. But I didn't expect it to be this long. Like, I didn't expect it to last like a century. I thought it would just last like maybe a year, but it honestly felt like a century. And when it came out, it was just a relief that all my hard work and all this waiting has finally done, and people are able to read my book.
Right on. I think that's really cool. And I'm gonna assume that your feelings on the topic of the book are the same now as they were in 2018.
Oh, of course.
Well,
Of course.
sure.
I'll always think my book is an amazing book.
That is very fair. Very
Freezing
fair.
up.
Was writing a book something that you've wanted to do for a long time?
Sort of, but not really. It was sort of an idea I had, but the book publishing company reached out to us, and I just said, why not? Because, I mean, why not? I mean,
Sure.
you only live once, and your life could end any second. Like, my life could end like in like 10 minutes or 10 minutes after we finish this. So it's like, why not just go for it?
That's a good
So
philosophy.
it's not really something I really thought of. I thought it would be cool to have a book, but I wasn't expecting to actually have one. So it's honestly just amazing.
Right on. Do you think you'll write another book?
Depends. It depends on what the publishing company wants. And yeah. But I can't speak more about that. Just,
Okay. Well, we'll have to keep a lookout. And your Instagram handle is underneath your feed right now. So if anyone is interested in following you for more information on if you're going to write another book or whatever you're up to, they can follow you there. I also want to mention that instead of a Venmo, we have a link to the Trevor Project under your feed. So if anyone
Yes.
wants to go there, that's a cause that's important to you.
Yes, it is a very important cause to me. And all LGBTQ nonprofit organizations are very important to my community.
Very, very cool. I want to, if you don't mind me asking a question, we're getting some questions from the viewers. Do you mind answering some of those?
Yeah, of course.
So the first one is from Phineas Ferb 94 on Twitch. And the question is, when did you first want to be feminine? So let me ask this. Would you consider your life, would you consider your drag, would you say that you're feminine in some aspects?
I've always been feminine. I'm always feminine 24/7.
Okay.
In gym, I run like a girl, so it's just
So
mean.
that's just
I'm
how
feminine.
it's how it's
I'm
always
just
been.
feminine, period.
Okay. So there was no
No,
No
there is
decision.
no touch of masculinity in me, honey.
so it's just always how you've been.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. You're 13, right?
Yes, and I'll be 14 in June.
Okay. Also from Phineas Ferb 94, they're asking if you, when you first realized you were gay, would you say that that's something that you feel comfortable talking about?
I can talk about that. I mean, I always knew I was gay ever since I could think, because I would have crushes on the boys and, the other classes. Well, I just knew from a young age that I'm different than others. And when I was 9, I came out to my mom, and I mean, her reaction, she just said, I know. I mean, it was pretty obvious. So, I pretty much always knew I was gay ever since I could think.
Okay. So you've known both of those just as long as you've been you. Now, something that people my age, a lot of people, maybe they knew it or they didn't feel comfortable with it, but you certainly are just amazing being yourself. What do you think that's why do you think that is? Do you think that's maybe your parents are supportive, or do you think it's the time that you're living in?
I think it's definitely the time that I'm living in, and I mean, it's much more supportive than the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. There's all these like stories about how these kids were harassed. So I think it definitely has something to do with when I was born, and I am so grateful to be born in a time where my community is mostly accepted and respected by most people. And honestly, this is kind of an unpopular opinion, but you don't have to support LGBTQ, but just respect us like you would respect a normal person, and don't treat us any different than just a straight person. You don't have to support us, just treat us the same.
That's equality.
But yeah, I just thought I'd say that.
And that's
some people's religions, it's against their religion, but even if it's against your religion, you should still treat us with respect, and even if you don't support us.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you, because I think a core tenet of most religions is to treat people well, and with respect. And so if you're picking and choosing who you're treating respectfully, you're not really following your religion anyway. So maybe just treat everyone well.
Yeah, you don't have to support us. I mean, as long as you believe that we deserve, basic human rights, and you think that we should be treated the same, then let's be best friends. I mean, why not?
Well, yeah, no, I agree. I think everyone should be entitled to basic human rights. It's in the name, they're basic human rights. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is kind of the topic of your book. It's the history of the LGBTQ community. So, like you said, it wasn't so easy in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. It's a little easier now.
I mean, it's much better nowadays, but there's still a lot of hate towards the LGBTQ community. And fun fact, I am wanted in probably 72 countries. I can't remember. But anyone who is LGBTQ, just know that you're wanted in 72 countries. And
wanted in a bad way, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
You're wanted. You're a criminal.
Right.
For being yourself.
Right.
And I think I'm very lucky to live in the USA and not like in Africa, or like Saudi Arabia, where they hang you or beat you with stones for being yourself. So I'm very glad I'm born in a country that is gives us human rights and everyone else human rights.
Well, I'm glad you're here too, because you're certainly a leader within the community, and this country living in this country allows you to do that and be that.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that works out that way. What do you like about this? Is kind of I don't have a transition, but we talked about you doing virtual shows. What do you like about live shows? What makes them so much fun to do?
Well, all the cheering, all the applause, there's the tips, which I mean, hey, who doesn't love tips? And it's just more fun because you get to interact with more people, and you actually have an audience, and you're not just staring at a wall or staring at a camera. So it's just, live shows are just 1,000 times better, in my opinion, at least.
They are a lot more fun, live shows. It's very hard to perform to an empty room, or a room full of one person. So I agree with you. What goes into whether you're performing live or on film? you still have to get into drag. What goes into performing, or what goes into getting ready for drag? Is there a difference between? So this is a two-part question. What goes into getting ready, and then is there a difference between getting ready for a live show, or a tape show?
Well, I guess there's many differences. A live show, you have a schedule, but oops, oh my, my bad. Live show, you have a schedule, and then pre-recorded, you don't really have a schedule. So that's like the only good thing about at-home performances, that you don't have a schedule and you have to rush. But everything else about it is just not my thing.
Not your cup of tea. So how long does it take to get ready?
Depends. It honestly depends. But usually it takes around 30 to an hour. 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay, that's actually pretty quick.
Yeah.
Very cool. I wish I could be ready for a show in 30 minutes. What's the longest that you've been in drag in one day?
I don't know. That I don't remember, but I do remember that day. I do remember the day I was in drag for 18 hours.
Oh wow,
that was painful.
18 hours.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was for. I think it was 18 to 16. I can't remember, but it was painful.
What do you mind letting the viewers know what was painful?
Well, it was 3 years ago, so I can't remember. I think it was for a very long photo shoot, or it was something big. It was something that was very big and very drawn out.
Yeah, those can really make you tired on a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day as well today. I done 2 photo shoots today, so I'm looking forward to going to sleep.
Oh my gosh! Well, thank you for making time for us after the photo shoots.
Oh no, it's my pleasure.
I can relate. I had my brunch today, so it has been a long day.
Yes, it has.
What's you've performed in so many different shows and venues. What's the most interesting venue that you've performed in?
Well, I guess they're all interesting because they all have a different vibe, They're not the same, There's something unique about them. So they're all very interesting. Some are okay, some are just wow, and some are just I remember I can't really remember how it looked, but I knew it had a bunch of paper swings or swings on the upper deck.
Okay.
It was insane. I can't remember what the name was called, but that was probably the most interesting because it had a little whole playground made out of fabric.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I can't even make a skirt out of fabric, and someone made a whole airplane. Very neat.
Huh?
Oh, I just said somebody made a whole airplane out of fabric. That's very neat. What's the craziest performance that you've ever given?
What was that question?
What's the craziest performance that you've ever given?
Ooh. Probably the one where I had to go in 3 outfits in 1 hour. I had to do makeup and put on an outfit in 1 hour. Well, actually, I had 5 outfits for 1 hour. Or no, it was 6 outfits. So I had 5 minutes to do my makeup, 5 minutes, 3 minutes to put my outfit on, or sometimes even 1 minute, and then do it and then go back. I can't remember, but I knew it was out of state. I think it was in California. And yeah, it was very stressful.
Okay. What's the craziest performance that you've ever given?
Well, I don't really know because all my performances are quite, insane.
Okay.
I don't think I have an answer to that question, honestly. I mean, I'm very crazy in my performances. Not like cuckoo crazy, but like, that good type of crazy.
Right. Exciting, fun, intense, surprising. What's the coolest thing about doing drag?
What was that last part?
What's the coolest thing about doing drag?
Being able to be a different character in your own body. For me, that's the coolest part.
That's very cool. What would you say differs about you between you as a drag character and you as a person?
Nothing much. I'm usually the same.
Okay.
This is just me, how I act. I pretty much act the same in and out of drag.
Would you say that that's the case for most drag performers?
Well, I mean, I don't know, honestly. I mean, how they feel is how they feel, and I can't really judge them on how they feel.
Sure. That's very fair. I found my questions.
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try to get to
It's
the
okay.
rest of the questions quick. What's the coolest thing about doing drag?
Being able to be myself and being able to dress up and, get fans from it.
Yeah.
And just be a different character inside your own body.
That is very cool. Is there a thing that is the worst about drag? Something that you're like, oh, I love drag, but this is the worst.
Makeup.
Makeup? Is it?
Yes.
Just in general, putting it on, taking it off?
Putting it on. Taking it off is really easy, but like putting it on, making sure it's even, it's like a struggle.
How long have you been wearing makeup for drag numbers?
Oh God, I don't even know. Let's just say a while. I know a while.
Okay.
Probably since I was 5. If I had to, estimate it, probably 5.
Oh wow, so 8 years. When did you start doing your own?
Well, it depends, but I think I started doing it on my own professionally at around 2018 to 2017. Or no, 2018 to 2019.
Okay.
2018 to 2019. That's when I started doing it professionally.
So 2.5 years.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Oh my God. Can you stop? I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Is that a bird?
My birds. Yeah, they're always so silent when we're not on a call, but whenever we go on a call, they gotta, get that clout.
Very chatty. What kind of birds?
Yeah. 3 parrotlets and 2 parakeets.
Okay. And I'm sure they're very well taken care of.
Yes, definitely.
How has your drag changed in the last 9 years since when you started?
Well, I don't wear cardboard boxes anymore.
Okay.
And I don't wear blankets anymore. But I've always just been, always doing different styles. I've never stuck to one style because I like to experiment. So it hasn't really changed unless you count my glory days when I was wearing blankets and cardboard and paper.
Do you ever want to go back to just even maybe for a photo shoot or for a number? Do you ever want to go back to cardboard and paper?
For a photo shoot, but professionally, never.
Okay. Can you tell me about the House of Amazing?
Yeah, and So it's House of Amazing. It's an upcoming project that I hope to get done soon once the pandemic is over, which is basically an online platform for drag kids. And we have to, make it safe and everything, make it safe from, disgusting people on the internet. So it's going to take a while to finish, and I've been saying it for like 3 years now. But very expensive, and it's very, very, very complicated. But I hope to get it done soon. I really do hope. Like, I'm not kidding. But me and my mom are working on it.
What will it be?
Basically like an online platform for drag kids to chat.
That's very cool. So it won't be like a family house. It'll be an online.
No.
Okay. Okay. And do you know what the web address will be when you have it ready?
Oh, what's that?
Do you know what the address will be when you have it ready? When it's ready to be live, a live website? Do you know what the address will be?
No, we haven't even found the social engine we want to use it. I mean, we do, but we haven't really subscribed yet.
Okay. So if anyone's watching and they're curious about this, they could follow you on Twitter.
Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Okay. They could follow you on Instagram, and they could keep up to date with you and what you're doing. And when the House of Amazing is a live website, they'll know.
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you consider the House of Amazing your drag family?
Not necessarily. I consider it more of a community.
Okay. Very cool. I have another couple questions from a viewer, if you're open.
I'll take a few more questions and then.
Okay. From message, I don't know how to say that. Ms. Gecko on Twitch. What live shows are you looking forward to post-pandemic, or performances you're developing now?
Well, I don't have any currently. I'm not booked for any, sadly, but I hope to be booked for some soon because I love them. And I really hope that they're out of New York State because, I've done enough in New York State. I want to do more in different states.
Understandable. What's your favorite state to perform in?
California. Don't ask why, I just like the vibe.
That's okay. I live here now, so we're happy you like it. Also from Miss Gecko, what's your creative process like in developing all your rad drag ensembles? So
it's sort of like go for it, but then at the same time it's like make a good plan, but go for it. And if something doesn't work out, then gotta redo it. So it's very complicated and it does get a little annoying sometimes, but hey, what can I do about it?
Yeah, no, it's not the easiest thing. Sometimes it's just easy to do the number and get it out.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind me asking, why did you start performing in drag?
I don't know. It was fun.
So it
just felt fun, and it just felt like it got rid of that insecurity inside me.
So
I don't know what kind of insecurity it was, but it was definitely inconsiderate. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
No, that's okay.
It definitely was a me problem, and drag kind of solved it.
So it was a way to
cope with my insecurities.
And it let you be yourself.
Yeah.
Very cool. Why is it important that anybody that wants to do drag be allowed to do drag?
Because it's your body. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not being racist, transphobic, etc., then go for it. Like I said earlier, you only live once, so.
Yeah. You do. So why is drag something that anybody can do?
Because it's a really simple question, but at the same time, really like odd question. But anyone should be able to do drag. Honestly, there's just no doubt about it. Everyone should be able to, do what they want as long as it's not, harming anyone.
That's fair. So anybody can do drag because anybody can do anything
Of course.
that's not harming someone else.
Not trying to, make a disrespectful statement.
Oh no, I don't think you are. I think you're saying drag is open to all people. No matter who you are or what gender you identify with, or your orientation, drag is open to all people.
Yes.
Very cool. You're taking flying trapeze lessons?
Before the pandemic, yes.
Okay, what's that like?
It felt weird, but I can't remember it because it was maybe about a year and a half ago now. So.
Do you want to go back to that when the pandemic's over?
Of course.
Very cool. That would scare me a little bit, a flying trapeze.
I'll take a few more questions.
Okay. I think we're good
Two
there.
more questions, maybe.
Well, that's all the questions I wrote. I have rapid fire. Do you want to do the rapid fire
okay.
quick?
All right.
Okay. Do you have a drag name that you didn't end up using?
Well, my drag name is Desmond Is Amazing, so.
So no other names were considered.
That's my drag name.
Sure. Right, but was there one?
No other names.
No other names. Do you have a favorite wig color?
Favorite wig color, blonde.
Blonde. It's a good choice. Do you name your
Blonde.
wigs?
Yeah. What?
Do you name your wigs?
No.
Okay. Some people do. I don't know anyone that does, but I've heard some people do. How high is too high for high heels?
Infinity and beyond.
Really?
Yes.
What's the highest that you've worn?
Maybe 6.
6 or 7?
Yeah.
I'll do 6 all the time, but 7 inches is 7 inches is craziness to me. What's your favorite show to perform in?
Well, honestly, it depends. It depends, honestly.
Okay. Do you have a favorite place to perform?
No. I like all venues as long as they're kid-friendly.
Right on. Kid-friendly is important for drag, I think. It's great when shows are kid-friendly all around. What's your favorite thing an audience member has ever said to you after a show?
That was so amazing. That made me cry. You're so fierce. Yeah, stuff like that.
Very cool. Do you have a favorite LGBTQ activist?
Marsha B. Johnson.
Very good. Activist to be a fan of. Let's see. Do you have a favorite? Is there something you like about the existence of brunch?
I don't know.
Do you like
I don't
brunch?
know.
I
don't like brunch.
You don't like brunch?
No, not really. It doesn't really make much sense to me.
Okay, that's fair. I like it, but not everyone has to like everything.
Yeah.
Do you like DC or Marvel?
Huh?
Do you like DC or Marvel comic books, movies?
I can't hear you.
Oh,
My bird, sorry.
sure. Do you like DC or Marvel, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I don't
No.
like superhero movies.
Really? Okay. What movies do you like?
Horror movies.
Toilet paper. Do you like it over or under?
Under.
Under. Okay.
Yes.
That's an important question because during the pandemic, toilet paper has been a hot button issue. So
Yeah.
we're finding out some people like it over, some people like it under.
Oh
do
my
you-
goodness.
Do you have a favorite drag queen?
RuPaul, because without RuPaul, I wouldn't be sitting here.
That's fair. Do you have a favorite drag king?
I love all drag kings. I mean, they're just so unique, and they put way more effort than drag queens do. That's just my opinion, though.
Do you want to shout a couple out?
Well, I can't really remember any at this exact moment because I haven't met any in like a year.
Sure.
But I know some on Instagram. I know that there are many that follow me on Instagram. All right, one more question.
Okay. Last question.
Okay.
When all of this is over and we go back to a normal world, what's the thing that you're looking most forward to?
Being able to meet my fans again in person and being able to do performances.
Very cool. That's all the questions I have, Desmond. Where can people find you?
Okay, thank you.
On Instagram?
Yeah, Desmond is amazing. No spaces, no underscores, all lowercase. Desmond is amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Take
Have
care
a good-
and
have a
get
good
some,
night.
You too, and get some rest.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, bees and boos. That was Desmond Is Amazing. You can follow Desmond on Instagram, and if you want to go check out the Trevor Project, that would mean a lot to Desmond, as that is an important foundation to Desmond. So, with that, we're going to get to the end of the show, which is always the same caboose. It's always actor, producer, whatever he's doing, David Shapiro. Hi, David. How are you?
Hey, Suzette. How are you? So I was listening to your interview with Desmond Is Amazing.
Yes,
And
yeah,
you asked them the importance of being able to do drag. If somebody wants to do drag, why is it important they be allowed to do drag? And so I thought I would just come down here to Badlands. And Apple Adams was here. And I'm a fan of yours. I can't even talk. Absolutely. So I just thought I would ask. I would take your question and kind of ask it also to Apple. So Apple, what is the importance if somebody wants to do drag? Why is it important they be allowed to do drag?
I think, okay, so for me specifically, drag opened a lot of doors. I started drag as a cis homosexual man, still homosexual, but through exploration of drag and finding my vibe with all of it, I found out that I was non-binary. And I think I think drag is kind of a wonderful course for anyone to kind of explore gender. I think it's safe. I think it's free. I think it's a fun, artistic way to just kind of, express yourself. And whether it be for gender or just for the sake of the arts, I think it's a whole lot of fun, and I think everyone should have the opportunity to.
What's so you're non-binary?
I am.
What can you explain that? Because I don't want to clumsily do that, and I don't trust Suzette to do it. I mean, you know her.
I do.
So I don't.
I sure do.
Yeah.
Hi, Suzette. What's
Hi,
up?
Apple. Hi.
Yeah. So non-binary is basically it's a non-gender. The idea is that you don't specifically subscribe to anything feminine or masculine. You kind of love everything. So you feel less awkward about, say, I don't know, celebrating your feminine side if you're a cis male. Or celebrating your masculine side if you're a cis female. It's all about just kind of finding out what works for you, what resonates, and going crazy with it.
So I've also heard gender fluid. Is that different? Is it the same?
Very similar. I would say, so for me, I would say gender fluid is kind of the idea of just sort of like riding all the genders at once. It's like a very, you're Tony Hawking your way through, just grinding through male, female, and anything in between.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. And then I've asked Suzette before if I could be a drag queen as a straight man, and she always says no, which is funny coming from her because, like, honey, I've seen your drag, and but anyway, can straight people do drag?
Yes, and Suzette, that's not very woke of you. Shame.
No, I just don't want him doing
by all
it.
means, I love when we have straight men in drag. There's a lot of fabulous straight men who do drag, and I think if anything, it's worth celebrating, because this is someone in a weird space where it's like you are you're regulated by the hyper-masculine needs of society to be a straight man and to not feel your feelings and to not explore femininity. And I think it's a wonderful idea for anybody. But, honestly, if you're a straight man and you want to do drag. There's no rule saying that you, as a straight man, can't enjoy femininity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I will listen to you.
Thank you, I am right.
And not to her.
That's right, she's not.
Yeah.
But I love you, Suzette.
I love you too, Apple. I just don't want David doing drag because I don't like him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, same.
I know.
All right, well, thank you, Apple.
Thank you.
And thank you, Suzette. And I'm going to stay here tonight and watch the show. So I guess I'll see you in a little bit. I'm sorry you have to deal with it. Are you going to be around
I'll deal.
tonight?
If I'm not performing, I'll definitely be drinking.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Well, then we'll see you when you get back over here, Suzette.
Sure the frick will.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Apple. Okay. David Shapiro with Apple Adams. What a fun little treat. And that is the show. Quick show tonight. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week with Ivy Cordova. But as for today's thank you to Clifton Ellison. Thank you to Jesse. Thank you to Desmond Is Amazing. Thank you to Apple Adams. I guess I'll say thank you to David Shapiro because you were here too. And thank you to you, the viewers, for tuning in. If it was your first time, if it was your 47th time, really enjoy doing the show for you, and hope you'll tune back in next week on the 21st with Ivy Cordova, an amazing comic friend of mine. And we'll see you at 5:03 on March 21st. And don't forget, there's more programming tonight at Stab at the Quarantine Anniversary. I'm messing it up.
Quarantine anniversary is plenty.
Quarantine Anniversary. The next show is at
7:30.
7:30, and it's the Body Posy show.
Yeah.
So tune back in about an hour and 20 minutes and get some live comedy. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
All right, everybody. Well, that's Suzette. Thank you once again, Suzette and everybody on the show. I know we gave you like an hour of videos between the last shows. I don't think I could do an hour and a half. It was just Suzette with a uncustomarily brief show due to loss of a couple contributors tonight and a quick, tired, sleepy interview. So I think instead of sticking around for another hour and 20 minutes until the next show, we're just going to send you guys off and hope that you come back at 7:30. We've got two more shows tonight. It's Body Posy Comedy and live comedy from the Apocalypse. And I guess to get you warmed up for some of that, why don't we send you to some other stand-up back over at our friends Comedy Hub. So you can go ahead and check them out and enjoy some more stand-up. And hopefully we will see you back here at 7:30 for the second half of the second day of Stab in Place Quarantine Anniversary Stabtacular. So hold on for the raid, and hope to see you back here at 7:30. Hold on, everybody. Off to Comedy Hub. We will see you in a bit.